University for today's NCAA Men's Lacrosse Contest featuring the visiting Center College Colonels and your Elmhurst University Blue Jays. College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin and all of its members promote good sporting behavior by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, and other intimidating actions directed at student athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. The CCIW has many traditions, but bad behavior isn't one of them. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. Before we begin, we ask that you please stand if you are willing and able and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet today's starters first for the visiting Colonels. In goal, number 3, Sammy Zickel. Number 5, Christian Underhill. Number 6, Duncan McDonald. Number 11, Mick Ginnity. Number 16, David Caldwell. Number 18, Vassar Barney. Number 19, Carter Blessing. Number 22, Graham Robbins. Number 25, Will Huggs. And number 38, Ryan Black. And now, the starting lineups for your Elmhurst University Blue Jays. Number 1, Jake Greeby. Number 5, Austin Evans. Number 10, Tony Vasquez. Number 15, Eli Spence. Number 18, Caden Ames. Number 26, Tommy Smythe. In goal, number 30, Noah Mickelson. Number 41, Matt Koschel. Number 43, Max Ridenauer. And number 77, Sante Dybowski. The Blue Jays are assisted by Tyler Hall, Matt Harden, Quinn Stokes, and Marcus Yandel, and the head coach of Elmhurst in his 11th season, Mark Morrell.
We welcome you to beautiful Langhorst Field here on the campus of Elmhurst University. It is Blue Jay Lacrosse. It's the season home opener for Mark Morrell and his Blue Jays. Their opponent this afternoon, the Colonels from Center College, located in Danville, Kentucky. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark Kruger. It is a beautiful, gorgeous, sun-drenched afternoon here in Elmhurst, and we are about ready to get underway here. The Colonels 4-0, the Blue Jays 2-0, so both teams undefeated coming into this ball game. This game was supposed to be played yesterday, and the opening face-off here is finally controlled here by the Blue Jays. This game was supposed to be played here yesterday, but because of both travel and weather concerns, back on Friday night, they decided to push it back here to Sunday afternoon, which was an excellent decision because it is just ideal conditions here. Blue Jays won the opening face-off. They are in possession here as they work it behind the net. Over here to the near side, Sante Dybowski gets the start along with Jake Greeby, senior midfielder. Austin Evans on defense. Tony Vasquez, the freshman midfielder, Eli Spence, also a freshman. Caden Ames, a freshman as well. Both Ames and Spence are attackers. And that shot is off to the right just a little bit. Tommy Smythe, sophomore defenseman. Noah Mickelson and the turnover, and now the Colonels have their first possession of the game. Noah Mickelson, great game last week against Hope. He's in goal for the Blue Jays. Matt Koschel, Max Reidenauer on defense, and I mentioned earlier Sante Dybowski, the midfielder. Meanwhile, for the Colonels, Sammy Zickel is in goal. He is a sophomore. Christian Underhill is a senior mid, along with Duncan McDonald. McGinnity is a senior attacker. David Caldwell is a sophomore attacker. Vassar Barney, the Colonels work it behind the cage here. He's a sophomore defenseman. Carter Blessing is a junior. Graham Robbins is a junior. Will Hubbs is a senior attacker. And that shot that time by Caldwell is saved by Noah Mickelson. Graham Robbins on defense, I mentioned. Will Hubbs is a senior attacker. Ryan Black is a freshman attacker for the Colonels. So second offensive possession here for the Blue Jays in their home white. Columbia blue numbers. You've got the Colonels in the black with the gold numbers. As I mentioned, the Blue Jays coming into this game with a 2-0 record. It's their season home opener. Wins against Birmingham Southern back on February 19th, winning 17-13. And then on the road last Saturday, February 25th, and that shot hits the post. The shot is, wow, what a great shot that time, but just off that right post. That was Chris Haycock. Haycock, 6'8" junior. It's a big guy out there. Blue Jays retain possession. There's an 80-second shot clock in play for 15-minute quarters. Last Saturday at Hope, the Blue Jays won by a score of 12-11. Talk more about that ball game, but both of those games on the road, certainly great to get those road wins. And boy, especially Hope on the road. The Blue Jays were trailing in that ball game heading into the fourth quarter. There's another shot on goal, but a save that time by Zickel. Blue Jays were heading into the fourth quarter against the Dutchmen, trailing 8-6. But the Blue Jays got 3 unanswered goals in the final couple minutes of the game to pull it off by a score of 12-11. And these Colonels, man, they're highly ranked. So this is, I tell you what, one thing about Coach Morrell, the head coach of the Blue Jays, now in his 11th season, does not shy away from tough competition. You'll know throughout the years that he has had very, very tough non-conference competition to get ready for the Tufts CCIW. And this year, no different. Tough opponents. I mentioned Hope College, and of course this Colonels team is ranked. They're going to take on Albion, and of course Aurora University. They play the Spartans every year. Aurora, a very, very tough lacrosse team. Will Hubbs trying to get an angle. He does not, and now he comes back behind the cage, and he'll flip it over there to Davis Wilms. Colonels retain possession here. 10:35 left to play here in this opening quarter. Looking at the numbers this season, I mentioned the Colonels are 4-0. And now it's still behind the cage here for the Colonels. Flips it up top. It was deflected, but it got right into the hands of David Caldwell. And that shot in another save. The shot there by number 14, Ramsey Cole. And you'll see Mickelson with another save. Mickelson, of course, last year, Mickelson was kind of behind Jacob Delgado. Jacob Delgado having a brilliant season last year, a brilliant career. So now it's all Noah Mickelson in goal. And Noah, in that game against Hope last week, February 25th, last Saturday. He had 18 saves in that ball game, and he led everybody with 13 ground balls. He was the CCIW Defensive Standout Athlete of the Week. So congratulations to him. Max Spears, and the shot on goal that time by Duncan McDonald, and it is a goal. So you're going to see a replay right there. Duncan McDonald with the quick catch and shoot.
Goal center, number 6, Duncan McDonald. Assisted by number 44, Max Spears.
Give the assist to Max Spears. So with 9:16 to play here in the opening quarter, the Colonels lead it by a score of 1-0. Boy, they were threatening, and Mickelson was doing all he could to keep it out of the cage, but ultimately a quick catch and shoot by Duncan McDonald, the senior midfielder. Nice pass from Max Spears, and it's 1-0 Colonels. Third time, by the way, that Noah Mickelson was named Defensive Student Athlete of the Week. So again, congratulations to him. Blue Jays home opener here this afternoon, going up against a very good Colonels team, 1-0 in favor of the Colonels here with just under 9 minutes remaining here in this opening quarter. Blue Jays going to turn it over here back behind their cage, and it's going to be Colonels' ball here. So an unforced error by Elmhurst. And the Colonels will have possession once again. Will Hubbs, number 25, will restart it here as he flips it up on top. And now at the point is Christian Underhill. Over here to McDonald, who scored the first goal for the Colonels. And now it's Underhill as he shoots. And Mickelson with the save. One thing the Blue Jays, and I'm sure Coach Morrell, would like to see improved, and they did do a good job of this against Hope, is winning the face-offs. Normally over the years, the Blue Jays have been outstanding at that, but last year the Blue Jays had some challenges in those face-offs. But against Hope, Tony Vasquez, he won 7 of the 16 face-offs, and Brendan Krause won 8 of 11 of the face-offs. So it looks like it might be a two-man combination this year with the face-offs. Ooh, there was a tough shot that time by Eli Spence. Up and to the left, Eli Spence had a great game against Hope. He had 7 points, 5 goals, and 2 assists in that come-from-behind win against Hope. Dybowski, his shot goes low and to the right. Of course, over the years, the Blue Jays have had some outstanding attackers. Mac Hardin, who is an assistant coach right now for the Blue Jays. Marcus Yandal is also an assistant coach. Man, those two guys have had brilliant careers offensively. That shot wide there by Pete Grebe, younger brother of Jake. Quinn Stokes is also an assistant. Boy, what a defenseman he was over the years. Tyler Hall, also the other assistant for Mark Morrell this year. But of course, Ben Luke, an amazing offensive performer. Who will pick up the slack offensively for those guys? It may be relied on a couple of freshmen. Eli Spence, I mentioned he had 5 goals against Hope. Caden Ames is also a freshman attacker. So it might be those 2 freshmen that are going to ask to put some points on the board this season. That shot was saved by Mickelson off of Miguel Sayers, number 33 for the Colonels, and back come the Blue Jays here. 6:20 to go here in this opening quarter. 1-0 in favor of the Colonels. The Blue Jays, by the way, averaging 14.5 goals on the young season after just 2 games. Coming in and shooting and scoring is Caden Ames. One of those 2 freshmen that I mentioned.
Elmhurst, number 18, Caden Ames.
So Ames, unassisted, ties the game up at 1. Ames had a goal and an assist against Hope a week ago, and boy, very aggressively Ames attacking the net as he gets it by Sammy Zickel, and we're tied at 1. It comes with 6 minutes and 6 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Tony Vasquez losing that face-off there for the Blue Jays. So the Colonels now in possession. We are tied at 1. Colonels, I mentioned, out of the SAA, the Southern Athletic Conference. They are the defending conference champions, 6-0 a year ago in the Southern Athletic Conference, where the Colonels finished 9-6 overall. Meanwhile, for Coach Morrell and his Blue Jays, last year they finished 10-6 overall. Another save by Mickelson off the shot attempt by Will Hubbs. Blue Jays take another look at it there. The save by Mickelson had to go a bit high for that save. Now the Blue Jays on the attack looking for the lead. Ames shoots wide to the left. Jake Grebe will get it and restart it for the Blue Jays. 2-4 the Blue Jays were in the CCIW, and they dropped some really tough ones in conference competition a year ago. Pete Grebe is back into the game for the Blue Jays. Sprinting back in for the Colonels is number 27, Griffin Weiss. Kraus here at the point. Brendan Kraus, number 23. Comes over here to the near wing, still moving, and now he'll jog behind the cage for the Blue Jays. Kraus, a 6-foot sophomore from West Lynn, Oregon. And Jake Grebe will watch this one go out of bounds, and the Blue Jays will turn it over here to the Colonels. Into the game for the Blue Jays, number 5, Austin Evans, the sophomore defenseman, returns. Going out, Ryan Swank. Good battle here in this first quarter, tied at 1. Colonels struck first at the 9:16 mark. Duncan McDonald with the goal. Max Spears got the assist. Blue Jays came back with a little over 6 minutes to play in the game in the first quarter. It was Caden Ames with the unassisted goal for the Blue Jays, and that's where we're at here, tied at 1. Colonels now behind the cage. Over here on the near wing, Davis Wilms. Wilms takes the shot. It's off to the right. A little spin move by Ben Zickel. We got a penalty marker down. And the shot and bouncing it in, David Caldwell, the sophomore attacker. And so it's 2-1 Colonels, but we'll wait and see what the penalty is about here.
Goal center, number 16, David Caldwell.
All right, so the goal is good, so it's 2-1 Colonels. The penalty is a cross-checking penalty against Brendan Kraus. Dave Caldwell with his first goal of the game gives the Colonels the lead back 2-1. And they've got the ball right now. Boy, they have had control. They've had the ball most of the opening quarter here. And to me, time of possession and winning face-offs and good goalkeeping, man, those are the keys in this game. Of course, you need to have players that can put the ball back in the back of the net as well. Good ball movement here by the Colonels. A little over 3 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. Blue Jays, pretty compact zone defense here. Sidearm shot that time by Vassar Barney. That's Caldwell. Caldwell flirting with his second goal of the afternoon. 2-1 Colonels. They want to reset the 80-second the shot clock. They reset it to 60. And that shot, and it's good. That's Ryan Black. Ryan Black with the goal makes it now 3-1.
Goal center. Number 38, Ryan Black.
So after the Blue Jays tied the game up at 1 on the goal by Caden Ames, the Colonels come back with 2 of their own, one from Caldwell, and now about a minute later, Ryan Black with his first goal of the game, and it's 3-1 in favor of the Colonels. Vasquez and Dylan Croft on the face-off here. And now a couple of Blue Jays are going to come in. Ryan Swank comes in. David Castaneda is going to come in here as well. And for Castaneda, he will take the face-off here. Castaneda and Croft, 3-1 in favor of Center College. The Colonels up 3-1 here, and the Colonels will win this face-off again. Griffin Weiss picking it up. Blue Jays fall back into that tight zone here, and again the Colonels are going to work it around the perimeter here. Hubbs takes the shot, and a nice save there by Mickelson. Boy, he almost had it in the lower left-hand part of the goal. Not sure if Mickelson saw it right away, but he had a last-second save. Sprinting over here to the near side, Tommy Smythe lost control of it. Now he's got a whistle. Heavy pressure by Andrew Kahn, the long stick midfielder, sophomore for the Colonels, and it looks like we've got a timeout here on the field here at Langhorst Field with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. The Colonels lead it here by a score of 3-1, and boy, while we got a minute here, I want to take the opportunity. Some sad news here in Elmhurst University Blue Jay family. One of their very own, a 1988 graduate of Elmhurst. Back then, of course, it was Elmhurst College, but Dave Wills, who was a baseball player. Dave was here at Elmhurst. He was a Blue Jay baseball coach and longtime radio announcer for the Tampa Bay Rays of Major League Baseball. He passed away today at the age of 58. Dave, a dear friend of mine over the years, and it's kind of shocking news to me because I know he was anxious to get the upcoming Major League Baseball season underway, but boy, I haven't heard much other news about other than that. Dave Wills, graduate here of Elmhurst, passing away today at the age of 58, and certainly our condolences to Dave's family. Still hard to believe that one. Great guy. Both teams back out onto the field here in Elmhurst. The Colonels leading by a score of 3-1 here. 3 different players scoring for the Colonels: McDonald, Caldwell, and Ryan Black. Caden Ames, the only score for the Blue Jays, and that's where we're at here, 3-1 in favor of the visiting Colonels here. We are under 2 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. See if the Blue Jays can knock one in here before the end of the quarter. Grebe goes behind the cage, and Asante, I'll check that. That's number 45. That's Chris Haycock. We'll restart it. Haycock got cut off, passes it to Jake Grebe. Jake behind the net here for the Blue Jays. See if he can curl around and get an angle. Good defense. He cannot get an angle, and he passes it off to Spence. Spence makes the move, slips. Got right back up, though. Ooh, nice cut by Sante Dybowski. His shot was wide to the right. Good movement by Sante away from the ball. Found the open spot in the crease, but shot it just to the right. Spence now on the restart. O'Leary got cut off. O'Leary passes it behind the cage to Haycock. Under a minute remaining, and it's going to remain Blue Jay ball here. Eli Spence on the restart behind the cage. See which way Eli decides to go here, and he'll curl around the top. Now he cuts back, shoots, and scores. Eli Spence with just 47 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. Boy, that was you saw the replay there. Good cut. Redirecting he went back baseline and found the angle and got it by Zickel. Spence coming off of that 7-point effort against Hope in Holland, Michigan last week. Comes up with a goal here to make it 3-2. 40 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Blue Jays now in possession with a chance to tie this one up. Grebe working around and gets pushed to behind the cage. Defended that time by Graham Robbins. Robbins still on Grebe. Now Jake gives it up. Shot not a very good angle that time. Zickel with the save. And now Zickel outlets it. See if the Colonels can get off a shot here with 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Ball is loose around midfield. It's picked up by the Colonels. Up ahead here is Caldwell. And that will do it. That's the end of the opening quarter here at Langhorst Field. Elmhurst and Center College, and it's the Colonels leading by a score of 3-2. You are logged on to BlueJayTV.com.
You just might end up making the world a better place. But first, you have to discover who you are and what you can learn from others. To do that, you have to seek out teachers and mentors who will help you identify your goals and challenge you to go after them. Before you can do that, you have to find a community that welcomes and supports you. A place where you can learn. A place where you can thrive. Before you can do that, you must have motivation and desire to improve your mind, your soul, your circumstances. To ignite that desire, you must find your potential. We'll help you discover your potential once you discover us. Elmhurst University.
Welcome back to Langhorst Field. Just about ready to get the second period underway. Blue Jay Lacrosse season home opener for the Blue Jays. Come in with a record of 2-0. Wins over Birmingham Southern and Hope. Meanwhile, their opponent, the Colonels of Center College, coming in with a record of 4-0. Wins over Hanover, Transylvania, Piedmont, and Southern Virginia. 3-2 Colonels here. One quarter or one period, however you want to call it, in the books with the Colonels up by a score of 3-2. And it's the Blue Jays. Well, I was going to say the Blue Jays got it. Yeah, fine. Well, Sante almost had it twice. and the ball is still not possessed, and we got a whistle, and the ball is going to go to the Blue Jays. Sante on the restart now for Elmhurst. Blue Jays looking to tie this thing up here. Trailing 3-2, just underway here in the second period. Here's Kraus at the point. He'll take the shot and just off to the left just a little bit. Boy, Brendan really wound up that time and got a lot behind that shot. Spence over here on the wing. Now he comes up top. Spence still in possession, shoots, and a save that time by Zickel. The teams in the CCIW in lacrosse is a little bit different than your normal sports like basketball and football. Transylvania is in the CCIW in lacrosse, along with other familiar names. Illinois Wesleyan, Carroll, Augustana, North Central, and Carthage are the teams in the CCIW in men's lacrosse. Nice pass from Grebe, but Caden Ames couldn't quite handle it. Ball on the ground. Ames trying to pick it up, and it's picked up by the goalkeeper, Zickel, in the back of the cage. Zickel flipping it to Barney. Barney, it's down on the ground. Barney and Spence battling for it. Zickel trying to get back into his goal, and he cannot. He gets in there too late, and a goal. I believe that was Spence. Again, there is a flag down.
Goal, Elmhurst, number 18, Caden Ames.
It's Ames, excuse me, Ames with his second goal. Goalkeeper Sammy Zickel.
15, Eli Spence.
Spence got the assist, okay. So we're tied at 3. Yeah, Zickel, he came out of the goal trying to get the loose ball. That was kind of a dangerous move that time, and the Blue Jays capitalized on it as Caden Ames with his second goal of the game. As Zickel didn't quite get back into his spot fast enough, and Ames capitalized on it. We're tied at 3. Colonels now in possession deep in their own territory here. Zickel, he comes out of the cage again. Wow. And he's going to pass it ahead here. And they're going to reset the clock, and they turn it over deep in their end. It's going to be Blue Jay ball. Almost said basketball there. Shot by Eli Spence was off, and we're still tied at 3. 12:28 to go here in this first half. As far as home games, looking ahead to the Blue Jays schedule against CCIW conference opponents, Augustana will take the trip here to Elmhurst on April 5th. Cardinals of North Central will take the 20-minute jog or 20-minute ride over here to Elmhurst on April 8th. And Illinois Wesleyan, always tough over the years. They'll be in town on April 15th. Colonels work it behind the cage. Tough defense that time, and the Blue Jays get it. Boy, good defensive play by Jacob Lemke. Now the Colonels get it back, however. Limping off for the Colonels is Mick Ginnity. Blue Jays now into possession here. Dybowski running in the middle of the field, passes it off to Grebe, and a save by Zickel as it was off, a little bit high into the left. But nevertheless, a good opportunity and a good shot attempt by Grebe. Chris Haycock is back into the game for Elmhurst. And Jake Grebe picks up the ground ball. Grebe fires. Zickel with the save. And he retains possession of it here. Great opportunity that time for the Blue Jays. But we're tied at 3. Other non-conference games ahead for the Blue Jays. After Wednesday, in which they'll be home here against the Milwaukee School of Engineering, Blue Jays will be on the road at Albion, at Aurora, Southwestern, and Whittier. Of course, Aurora University, boy, there's been some great matches over the years between Elmhurst and Aurora. Remember a couple of years ago at Aurora, the Spartans with a goal with just seconds to go in the game to pull it off. The game was tied going into those final seconds, and I think the final was 9-8, if I'm not mistaken. Aurora winning that ball game. So always good to have the Spartans on the schedule. Good competition for the Blue Jays. Shot that time by Will Hubbs is wide to the right. 9:49 left to play here in this first half. It's the Blue Jays season home opener. We're tied at 3. It's a good game. Well played game between these two teams. Grebe couldn't quite handle that pass, and it's going to go to the Colonels here. Fresh shot clock for the Colonels. 80-second shot clock is in play. 9.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Colonels led 3-2 at the end of 1, but with a little over 13 minutes to play here in the second quarter, Caden Ames with his second goal of the game tied the game up. Spence got the assist. Colonels bring it up top. Here's Underhill. McDonald will jog it back out, and they'll reset it here. McDonald looking over to Coach Zimmerman, and he starts this possession over on the far wing to Underhill. Underhill, with a nice pass to Ryan Black, and the goal. So Black with his second goal of the afternoon.
Goal center, number 38, Ryan Black.
Ryan
Assisted
Black.
by number 5, Christian Underhill.
Christian Underhill gets the assist. And so after the Blue Jays tied it up at 3, Colonels recapture the lead, now 4-3. Ryan Black with 2 goals for the Colonels. Caden Ames with 2 goals for the Blue Jays. Now the Colonels in possession once again. Here's the goalkeeper, Zickel. Nice pass to Hubbs. Hubbs on the far wing. Now he gets it into the middle here to McDonald. Nate Malubai is into the game, number 2. Malubai, his brother, Noah. Noah's a sophomore, Nate is a junior. Colonels have a couple of brothers here. Sammy Zickel is the goalkeeper. His older brother, Ben, midfielder and an attacker. Good check that time by the Blue Jays, they're playing solid defensively here in this ball game. Ball is loose, and it's going to be scooped up. Ridenauer. He tried to get it back to his teammate, the goalkeeper Mickelson, but overthrew him, and now the Colonels have the possession. Hubbs here on the near wing flips it over to Underhill. Boy, those unforced turnovers, when you're playing good teams, they stick out like sore thumbs. Hubs giving it off to Underhill. Back to Hubs. Underhill left wide open for the shot, and he scores. Cubs with 6 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the first half.
Goal center.
Christian Underhill with the goal.
Underhill. Assisted by number 25, Will Hubs.
Hubs gets the assist. And a timeout taken here by head coach Mark Morrell and the Blue Jays here, as the Colonels have opened things up to a 2-goal lead. Again, they had a 2-goal lead back in the first quarter, in which they led by a score of 3-1. But then the Blue Jays with a couple of goals. Eli Spence with a goal in the end of the first period. And then Ames with his second goal at the start of the second period tied the game up at 3. But 2 unanswered goals here by the Colonels, and Coach Morrell wants to talk things over. Ryan Black scored his second goal with 8:46 to go in the half. And then now, a couple minutes later, 6:51 left to play in the half. Christian Underhill was wide open on the wing and knocked it in with a nice pass from Will Hubs. Hubs getting the assist. And so now the lead is back up to 2 for the Colonels. And a good timeout, in my opinion, taken by Coach Morrell, because he knows, well, you go up 3, or, then you're fighting a pretty big battle here. But you're only down 2. Call the timeout, and hopefully the Blue Jays can turn the momentum around a little bit here. Trailing by 2. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday afternoon. We're glad that you are logged on to BlueJayTV.com. Again, this game was supposed to be played yesterday, but was rescheduled for today. Blue Jays on the attack, and they score. Beautifully done. Jake Grebe with the assist. And it looked like that was Ames.
Elmhurst, number 18, Caden Ames.
It was Ames, and for Caden, his third goal.
Number 1, Jake Grebe.
Grebe with a beautiful pass. So, good timeout by Coach Morrell. The Blue Jays come out on fire, winning the face-off. And it's Ames scoring his third goal of the game. He gets the hat trick. Grebe with the assist, and it's now 5-4. Well, that's how you turn the momentum around in a hurry. Boy, the Blue Jays very aggressive on that offensive possession. Caden Ames, he really attacks the net, but on that particular goal, it was Jake Grebe with the beautiful pass. He gets the assist. Ames with the goal, and the Blue Jays now are within 1. As we come up on the 6-minute mark of this first half. Out here on the near wing is David Caldwell. Caldwell scored a goal with less than 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Now turns it up a bit, stops, pivots. Still in possession, and now finally gives it up there to number 20. That's Davis Wilms. And a goal for the Colonels. Looks like that was David Caldwell.
Number 16, David Caldwell.
It is Caldwell with his second goal of the game. Comes with 5 minutes and 43 seconds to play here in this first half. And boy, the Colonels are back up by 2. 6-4 in favor of the visiting Colonels here. Couple times the Blue Jays have cut it to 1, but the Colonels answered. Flipping it into the Blue Jays side of the field. The ball is still down. Nobody has possessed it yet. Finally, the Blue Jays come away with winning the faceoff there. So let's see if the Blue Jays now can answer. It's Jake Grebe at the point. Flipped it over to Brendan Krause, and now we've got a stoppage of play here. Want to reset the shot clock. Haycock is in, Dybowski into the game. It was Krause on the restart. This is Grebe. Works around the cage. Dybowski, I should say. Shot is wide, low and to the left. Quick turn for Sante. Under 5 minutes to go here in the half. And that shot low by Spence. Ball down and still down. Good hit. Good check by Krause, and Grebe got it. Spence off to the wing. Dybowski's shot was wide. Sante getting a couple of shots here the last couple of moments. 4:34 to go. Of course, he's a big offensive weapon for the Blue Jays. As is this man who will restart, Jake Grebe. There's the whistle. Grebe gets it to Krause. Krause, he'll take the running shot and the save by Zickel. Sammy Zickel has been very good in goal today for the Colonels, as has Noah Mickelson for the Blue Jays. 6-4 in favor of the Colonels as we approach the 4-minute mark of this first half. Here's Duncan McDonald. McDonald had the first goal of this game. It came with 9 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the first period. Max Spears got the assist. And right now it's 6-4 in favor of the Colonels. Here's Underhill. His pass was knocked down. Underhill got the ground ball, got it back. Coming out from behind the cage and shooting is Caldwell, and Mickelson with the save. Caldwell gets it to Lemke. Lemke sprinting on the far sideline, and he gets to his, he got tripped up, no call. Ball goes out of bounds, and the ball simply goes to the Colonels. Colonels in possession, leading by 2. McDonald flips it up to Ginnity. Ginnity was hobbling off in that first quarter. Good to see him back. He's got the ball on the run, and now he decides to pass it off here to Hubbs. Underhill. Good defensive pressure that time by Haycock. Shot is high by Hubbs, and the Colonels will repossess it here. 2:45 left here in this first half. They want to put 43 seconds on the shot clock. Not much wind to speak of, just a beautiful, beautiful afternoon here at Elmhurst University. Sun shining, temperatures probably in the mid-40s as that shot by Caldwell is off to the right. I know here in the Elmhurst area we're going to hit 50-plus degrees tomorrow. Hubbs curling, gets it up top here. Ginnity takes the shot. And it's going to go to the Blue Jays here. Christian Underhill's wondering about that call, but it's going to go to the Blue Jays. Up top here for the Blue Jays, Ryan Swank. Ryan in possession of the ball right now at the point. Flips it over there to Pete Grebe. Under 2 minutes to play here. Pete retreats a couple of steps, now decides to make the move. Pete does not have the angle, instead flips it up top to his brother. Here's Pete on the near wing. Back up top, now they work it to Jake on the far wing. Jake takes the shot, hits the post, and it bounces right back out to to O'Leary. Grebe has the shot, didn't take it. Curling around, Jake takes the shot and another save by Zickel. Boy, Sammy Zickel had a couple of really nice saves here in this first half. Blue Jays have had several opportunities. This one goes out of bounds. It's going to go to the Blue Jays. Boy, the officials really letting them play here today. So we are at the 1 minute mark of this first half. Boy, again, just like the end of the first quarter, let's see if the Blue Jays can score towards the end of the second period. Trying to head into the locker room trailing by 1. They currently trail by 2, 6-4. 40 seconds to go in the half. Another save by Zickel. And now the Colonels in possession. Shot clock turned off here, under a half a minute to go here in this first half. And that shot deflected. It'll go out of bounds to the Colonels. Just under 22 seconds remaining. Blue Jays looking for a stop here. Trying to go in, trailing just 2 to heading into the locker room. Loose ball, ground ball around midfield. Ball is still down on the ground. We got a whistle and the ball is going to go to the Blue Jays. 12 seconds to go in the half. Scooped up by Colin McManaman. Up ahead, the shot and the goal. Fourth goal of the game by Ames.
Number 18, Caden Ames.
Well, they did just like I said. Colin McManaman with the assist. Caden Ames with his 4th goal of the game. It comes with just 7 seconds to go in the half. And the Blue Jays are indeed within 1. Late period goals in the first period, one by Eli Spence. Late period goal in the second period by Caden Ames. And the Blue Jays will head into the locker room trailing by 1. 6-5 Colonels here from beautiful Langhorst Field on the campus of Elmhurst University. 6-5 Colonels. You are logged on to BlueJayTV.com.
You just might end up making the world a better place. But first, you have to discover who you are and what you can learn from others. To do that, you have to seek out teachers and mentors who will help you identify your goals and challenge you to go after them. Before you can do that, you have to find a community that welcomes and supports you. A place where you can learn. A place where you can thrive. Before you can do that, you must have motivation and desire to improve your mind, your soul, your circumstances. To ignite that desire, you must find your potential. We'll help you discover your potential once you discover us. Elmhurst University.
Are you ready for one of life's greatest adventures? You'll find one at Elmhurst University. The Elmhurst experience is getting to know each other.
We know this is the biggest step of your life so far, but we are here to take it with you.
Much like life, your college years will be full of adventure. The best part is, we're here to guide you through it all.
I knew as soon as I stepped on Elmhurst campus that this was going to be my home for the next 2 years. It sounds so cheesy, but it's so true. You just know.
As you move through the application process, you'll become best friends with your advisors. They will help you answer questions about financial aid, scholarships, campus life, and class schedules.
Elmhurst will call me every week about the financial aspect of it and about helping me see which credits would transfer over. Just believe what you see because the people really care about you here.
The college search is all about finding the right fit. And by the time you arrive on campus, we're confident you will feel like one of us.
When I was looking at other colleges, it just didn't feel like people cared and wanted you there the same way that when you came to Elmhurst. They just really wanted you to be there and to learn and grow, and I felt like I would be comfortable coming here.
The Elmhurst experience is joining our Blue Jay family for life. Our Blue Jay family welcomes you with open arms. This is a place where you belong and are comfortable to be yourself.
What we promise to do is to create the learning environment for you that allows you to feel like you belong, that allows you to feel like you can be your best self here.
When you get here, the fun begins. Orientation and move-in days are campus-wide celebrations. Classes start, and you'll begin to form your Elmhurst network right away.
The goal of First Year Seminar is to make the transition from high school to college as smooth as possible. It's an instantaneous way to have a niche at Elmhurst.
Being a place of welcome, a place of belonging, that every student at Elmhurst belongs not just in college, but at Elmhurst specifically.
Anything you need, we're here to help. Because that's what family does.
I could just tell that there was that sense of community, and it just feels so natural and like a home. Obviously, the teachers and the professors and everything that we have here for education is amazing, but it's how I feel here that makes it even better.
The Elmhurst experience is learning from the best. The academic programs of Elmhurst make the country's best of lists every year. Choose from 70 majors and 15 pre-professional programs, or challenge yourself intellectually in our honors program.
The honors program helped me understand real-life impact of what I was learning in the classroom by actually taking me there.
Another important opportunity for our students is to be able to do research and then be able to present their research at national conferences.
We believe that relationships between our students and our faculty and staff is at the core of the experience here. We place a great emphasis on being partners in our students' success stories and in their educational experience. And we feel that that's the best way to experience education and to be transformed, is to feel like you're on this path, but you're not alone.
You can trust us to prepare you for relevant, emerging careers in our evolving world.
One of the other benefits of an interdisciplinary degree is that you have access to the faculty and to the departments across the campus. So rather than being just in one primary department, suddenly you have faculty and mentors from art and from English and from computer science.
The Elmhurst experience is exploring your passions outside the classroom. Elmhurst is more than a place to get a great education. It's where you can have a great time. Explore more than 100 student activities, clubs, and organizations.
So I've been involved in lots of student groups on campus. It's a really fun way to meet people, but also to give back.
Check out a game or two. With 20 NCAA Division III teams, there's plenty to choose from.
I ran at Elmhurst. During that time, I studied abroad in 7 different countries. I think that really speaks to the Elmhurst experience. There are ways to be involved on campus. There's ways to still compete at a high level, but I was still able to do some things because I went to a place like Elmhurst that supported me to go and see the world and do other cool things as well.
The Elmhurst experience is preparing for the future.
We believe that a strong liberal arts foundation, enhanced by professional preparation, will best educate our students as citizens and leaders.
Our campus resources help you to be the best student you can be and land the best career opportunity in your chosen field. Your time with us is designed to prepare you for a rewarding life after graduation.
When students go on to graduate and go on to live amazing lives and do things personally and professionally, their fingerprints are still all over this institution.
We know your Elmhurst experience will be iconic. because it's customized for you and by you. So the question is, what will your Elmhurst experience be?
Defend yourselves. Make yourselves known. Always.
To Langhorst Field. It is 6-5 in favor of Center College. Just about ready to get the third period underway. Glad to have you logged on to BlueJayTV.com. My name is Mark Kruger. So glad to have you aboard here. First half stats, as the score would indicate, fairly even here. 13 face-offs, 7 of them were won by the Colonels in that first half. Elmhurst with 13 ground balls, Center with 9. As this face-off is picked up and won by the Blue Jays is Sante Dybowski in control of it. Big score in that first half, of course, Caden Ames with his 4 goals. Fourth goal came with just 7 seconds to go in that first half to bring the Blue Jays to within 1 here at 6-5. Shots in the first half, 29-23 advantage for Elmhurst. Shots on goal, 16 for Elmhurst, 15 for Center. Zickel had 11 saves for the Colonels, and there's a goal that ties it up.
Goal, Blue Jays, number 23.
Brendan Krause. Take another look at it here as Brendan Krause gets it by Zickel, and we are tied at 6. Just 46 seconds into this third period, And the Blue Jays have tied it up at 6 on the goal by Brendan Krause. I was just mentioning the saves by the two goalkeepers in that first half. As Krause got the goal, Zickel had 11 saves, and Mickelson had 9 saves for the Blue Jays in that first half. So all the numbers fairly even. And the numbers on the scoreboard even as well, as we are tied at 6 here, just underway in the third quarter. I think we're going to be in for a pretty good finish here, folks. Blue Jay Lacrosse, it's the season home opener for Coach Morrell and his Blue Jays, a non-conference opponent here this afternoon, the Center College Colonels out of Danville, Kentucky. Highly ranked and 4-0 coming into this game. They're out of the Southern Athletic Conference. Of course, the Blue Jays out of the tough CCIW Conference. Blue Jays looking for their very first lead of the game. We were tied at 1. Here's Dybowski, he shoots and scores. Sante Dybowski gives the Blue Jays the lead for the first time today.
Sante Dybowski.
It comes with 12 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in this third.
Number 14, Ryan Swank.
Ryan Swank will get the assist. And so it's 7-6 in favor of the Blue Jays. And Elmhurst leads for the first time here this afternoon. And this face-off won by the Colonels. Winning that face-off was Dylan Croft. And so they bring it up top here now to McDonald. They give it to Underhill. Christian, full sprint, and they work it behind the cage. Now coming up here is Hubbs on the wing. Brings it up top to Caldwell. Here's Caldwell again. Behind the cage now, coming out is Underhill. Hubbs, skip pass to the far wing, and that shot is off by Ryan Black. And so to start it, it'll be McDonald. Well, now the officials want to hold things up a bit. Now they've got everything under control, and we're ready to go. There's the whistle and the restart. Here's Underhill. Underhill continuing to making the move, passes it behind the cage here to Hubbs. Hubbs backs up, creating some space, gives it up to Ginnity. Shoots wide to the right. And it's going to go to the Blue Jays. Boy, you get the feeling, the players, you can see the emotion. Each possession is huge here, and we still got a whole half, basically, of lacrosse to play here. This is going to get intense here. Blue Jays by 1, 7-6, and they've got possession. Spence on the far wing. We got some substitutions coming in here. Chris Haycock. O'Leary is into the game right now. O'Leary circles around from behind the cage. Does not get the angle. And so he'll flip it behind the cage here to Grebe. Jake now makes the move here to the near side. Plants, pivots, still in possession. Getting checked. Takes the shot, and it's wide to the right. So some new faces this year getting it done offensively here for the Blue Jays, and namely Caden Ames, just a freshman with 4 goals here this afternoon. And last Saturday, not yesterday, but a week ago Saturday against Hope, it was another freshman, Eli Spence, that came away with 7 points against the Dutchman. He had 5 goals and 2 assists. So I mentioned back in the first half who offensively was going to step up, and it has been a couple of young freshmen. And scoring here at the other end, though, is Will Hubbs.
Goal center.
And we're tied at 7.
25, Will Hubbs.
Comes with 9 minutes and 41 seconds to go. Will Hubbs curling around from behind the cage, and we are tied at 7. Third goal of this third period. Tony Vasquez will get credit for winning the face-off. It's now into the hands of Sante Dybowski. Gets it to Vasquez there on the, or Eli Spence, I should say, on the far wing. Jogging in, Ryan Swank. He's got possession at the point, and he passes it off to Kraus. Kraus behind the cage to Grebe. Blue Jays trying to break this tie, tied at 7. Spence under some pressure. Passes it to Grebe. Grebe scores. Jake Grebe will get the goal. Eli Spence with the assist. And that breaks the tie, 8-7 in favor of the Blue Jays. See the job by Jake Grebe, aggressively curling around and putting it in the back of the net. Jake Grebe, veteran, a lot of leadership, had a great season last year. 6'3" senior out of St. Louis, Missouri. Gives the Blue Jays a 1-goal advantage here. With just under 9 to play here in the third period, and it looks like we've got a timeout on the field here.
Timeout on the field.
I think the Colonels have called the timeout. So 8:51 remaining here in the third. If you've just logged on, good ball game here. It was the Colonels leading by 1 at the end of the first period, 3-2. Colonels led at the break, 6-5. But here in this third period, Brendan Kraus, with about 45 seconds into the period, scored a goal to tie the game up at 6. Sante Dybowski scored a goal to give the Blue Jays a 1-goal advantage. Will Hubbs, a moment ago, scored a goal for the Colonels to tie the game up at 7. But then Jake Grebe, with a nice pass from Eli Spence, found the back of the net to give the Blue Jays a 1-goal advantage here, 8-7. Blue Jays, in the 2 games that they have played, their goals allowed average is 12. The Colonels, in the 4 games that they've played, their goals against average is 6.25. So the Blue Jays already with 8 goals in this game. Wind not a factor here today. It's just been a beautiful 40-plus degree afternoon here in Elmhurst, sunny skies. And it's going to be Christian Underhill to restart things after the timeout. Shot, and it goes wide. Shot was by number 44 for the Colonels, Max Spears. Spears got the assist in the very first goal of the game when McDonald scored with 9:16 to play in the first period. Colonels in possession. They are trying to tie this game up. Black goes behind the cage. stops, passes it off to Underhill. Underhill with a pass to Caldwell, who scores.
Goal center, number 16, David Caldwell. Assisted by number 5, Christian Underhill.
Boy, that was just some fancy quick passing and the shot by Caldwell to tie it up. Take another look at it there. You see Caldwell now gets the hat trick, his 3rd goal of the afternoon. It comes with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in this 3rd period, and we're tied at 8. As we seesaw back and forth. Neither team has led by 3. The Colonels led by 2. And then Coach Morrell called a timeout, and after that timeout, the Blue Jays scored quickly to get back to within 1. So it's been nip and tuck. It's been a close battle throughout the entire game. Underhill to Ginnity. No pressure by the Blue Jays. Now it's Underhill. Pass, it hits the right upright on that attempted goal by Ginnity. So we are tied at 8, and now Blue Jays with the ball. 7.5 minutes remaining here in this 3rd period. Eli Spence will pass it off over there on the wing to Ryan Swank. Kraus and Dybowski back into the game for Coach Morrell. Kraus at the point, Dybowski here on the near wing. Sante in possession of it now. Boy, Sante, if they're patient, I think he can get a shot off here on the near wing. Here it is. Oh, he passes it up. And rightly so, as he passes it to Caden Ames.
Goal, Blue Jays, number 18.
His 5th goal of the game.
Ames. Assisted by number 77,
Sante Dybowski will get the assist, so that breaks the tie once again, and the Blue Jays lead at 9-8. You'll see Sante passing it up to Ames, and Ames knows what to do with it. With 6:59 to play here in the 3rd period, a goal by Caden Ames gives the Blue Jays the 1-goal advantage. 5th goal of the game for Caden Ames. Again, only a freshman. And the last game against Hope, it was Eli Spence, a freshman, scoring 5 goals. So there you go. Couple of freshmen stepping it up here for Coach Morrell. Boy, he has to like that. Boy, what a game this would be if the Blue Jays can pull this one out at home against a quality opponent like Center College. Oh, but that shot is a goal, and we're tied again. We are tied at 9.
Goal center, number 38, Ryan Black.
It's Ryan Black.
20, David Wilms.
With the goal, and we're tied at 9. For Ryan Black, that is his 3rd goal of the game, so he's got the hat trick here. Cubs with 6:15 to play here in the 3rd, and it's the Colonels winning the face-off. And again, for the rest of this game, although they turn it over here, the Blue Jays in possession, but boy, those face-offs are so big, especially in close games down the stretch. Blue Jays in possession, we're tied at 9. Matt Koschel. Here's Sante now, and he'll hold on to it here on the wing. 9-9, Elmhurst and Center College with 5:36 to play here in the 3rd period. Kraus works it behind the cage to Jake Grebe. Pass, Kraus trying to get the ground ball, and he does. Good job by Kraus of getting that loose ball. Passes it over to Grebe. Pete. Some fancy footwork, spins. Comes back here to the near side, passes it off to Sante. Sante makes the move, slips, got right back up. Crossfield pass. And the ball is down on the ground. Gets across midfield. Still nobody in possession. And there's a whistle, and whose ball? It looks like they're going to give the ball to the Colonels. Ginnity, number 11, comes into the game. He's got the ball at the point, now gives it up to McDonald, back to Ginnity. Underhill with 4.5 minutes left here in the third. Tied at 9. Shot underhand, if you will, by Will Hubbs, and another save there for Mickelson. Boy, again, I can't emphasize enough. This early on in the season, these two teams are playing well. These are some of your top teams playing here at Langhorst Field. Blue Jays in possession here. Tell you, the passing for the Blue Jays has been spot on. Swank now in this game. Chris Haycock, number 45, back into the game. He's got the ball right now. List him as 6'8", 220-pound junior. Into the crease area, Cybowski was double teamed, lost control, and now here come the Colonels on the attack. Over here on the near wing is Hubbs, the senior attacker. And he'll slow things down and wait for his teammates to gather. The point here is Spears. Spears passes it off to Sayers. Miguel Sayers throws it behind the cage. Under 3 minutes to play. Curling around and shooting wide to the left was Hubbs. Colonels retain possession. It's going to be Miguel Sayers as they bring it out on top here. Here's Caldwell. Got to check him, keep him in check. And a streaking Max Spears gets the goal. And that breaks the tie.
44, Max Spears. Assisted by number 14, Ramsey Cole.
And it's now a 1-goal advantage for the Colonels with 2:36 left to play. David Caldwell will get the assist.
David Caldwell.
10-9 in favor of the Colonels, and here's one of those important face-offs, and who had, all right, the Blue Jays took it away, so I'm not sure who is going to officially get the win on the face-off, but nevertheless, the Blue Jays have it. Here's Jake Grebe. Dante back into the game along with Brendan. Ethan Stepanek into the game, number 42. Ethan in possession right now. And Ethan looks like he'll work it behind the cage. Ethan passes it off to Kraus. Here's Jake Grebe. Grebe shot. They have been partially hit by a Colonel. It's going to go to the Blue Jays here. 1:43 left to play here in the third. 10-9. Colonels with the lead. Colonels in the black, the Blue Jays in their home white. Here's Stepanek. Getting bumped, pass on the pass off, out. It was deflected, and a turnover. Quickly on the attack, come the Colonels. Hubbs gets the pass here on the near wing, and he'll retreat and wait and set things up. Passes it up top to McDonald. Jacob Lemke in there defensively, number 11 for the Blue Jays. Under a minute remaining here in this third. 43 left on the shot clock. Behind the cage is Caldwell. Good defense by Stepanek. Caldwell will make another run at it here, trying to get work around a screen. Still stays behind the cage. Now he comes out here on the near side. Hubbs with a shot. Deflected by one of the defensemen. It will go to the Colonels here. 23 seconds to go. They did not reset the shot clock. And let's see whose ball it is here. It's going to go to the Colonels with 11 on the shot clock. About a 5-second differential. Hubbs makes a spin move behind the cage. Takes the shot. It's no good. Shot clock buzzer goes off. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Three seconds to go. And Eli Spence couldn't quite get the shot off. Good defense there by the Colonels, and we have played 3 periods of lacrosse here at Langhorst Field. Good one, 10-9 in favor of the Colonels. We'll come back for the 4th period. You're logged on to BlueJayTV.com.
You just might end up making the world a better place. But first, you have to discover who you are and what you can learn from others. To do that, you have to seek out teachers and mentors who will help you identify your goals and challenge you to go after them. Before you can do that, you have to find a community that welcomes and supports you. A place where you can learn, a place where you can thrive. Before you can do that, you must have motivation and desire to improve your mind, your soul, your circumstances. To ignite that desire, you must find your potential. We'll help you discover your potential once you discover us. Elmhurst University.
For nearly 150 years, Elmhurst College prepared students for lives of meaning and success. Today, as Elmhurst University, we're carrying on that proud legacy. A beautiful campus just 30 minutes from downtown Chicago. Small classes where you'll get to know your professors. And top-ranked majors and graduate programs that will open the door to the career of your dreams. As we celebrate a new name for our institution in an ever-changing world, our values and spirit remain the same. Welcome to Elmhurst University.
Welcome back to Langhorst Field. Vasquez and Croft on the face-off here to start the 4th period, with the Colonels leading by a score of 10-9, and the Blue Jays win the face-off. And a penalty marker down. Boy, we have not seen many flags. It's been a well-played game, but we're going to see what this one's all about. Eli Spence, both teams scoring 4 goals in that 3rd period. The Colonels led at halftime 6-5, and they lead 10-9 here to start the 4th period. Kraus will jog it back. And now he'll try to get an angle, could not get one, as he gets it ahead up top to Eli Spence. Now on the far wing, working it behind the cage. Grebe passes it off to a streaking Caden Ames for the goal.
Goal, Blue Jays, number 18, Caden Ames.
See what the flag
number 1, Jake
is
Grebe.
all about here. Comes with 14 minutes and 14 seconds to go in this 4th quarter. Caden Ames with his 6th goal of the game. Jake Grebe with the assist. And for now, at least, we're tied at 10, and the goal is good for the Blue Jays, and we're tied at 10. Penalty was against the Colonels. So we're just underway here in the 4th, and again, the Blue Jays win that face-off. We are tied at 10. Caden Ames, the freshman, has been the story in this game. Just a freshman with his 6th goal of the game. Tying the game up, and now scoring again is Ryan Swank.
Oh,
Blue Jays with the lead.
14, Ryan Swank.
11-10 Blue Jays here as they score within seconds. Ames got his goal at the 14-14 mark, and now Ryan Swank at the 13-50 mark gives the Blue Jays a 1-goal lead. Vasquez and Croft on the face-off here. Blue Jays by 1, and now we got a whistle, and it's going to go to the Colonels here. Croft will flip it behind. So the Colonels in possession, trailing by 1. See if the Blue Jays can get a defensive stop here. Boy, these possessions are, again, so huge. Wilms, and he'll flip it back up top here to Ryan Black, and they turn it over. Pass was intended for David Caldwell, and so a critical turnover here. And now the Blue Jays with a great opportunity to score and get up by 2. We are approaching the 13-minute mark of regulation. Blue Jays looking to go to 3-0 and trying to give the Colonels their first loss of the season. The Colonels come into this game with a record of 4-0. And Jake now will take a slow jog behind the cage, makes a move now, picks up his momentum. Wasn't there, flipped it up to Sante. Pete Grebe making some work. And that shot by his brother Jake is off, but will go to the Blue Jays. Eli Spence will restart it behind the cage. Eli works around the screen, trying to curl up. He takes the shot, but it was not a very good angle. But the ball will go to the Blue Jays here. 12:15 remaining. Can the Blue Jays hold on? They lead it by 1 here, 11-10. Sante to the far wing. Spence now gets double teamed and tried to get it to Pete Grebe, but it goes over Pete's head and the Blue Jays turn it over. Boy, a good crowd. You can hear the sigh of disappointment in the stands as the Blue Jays turn it over. And now the Colonels with a chance to tie things up. We are under 12 minutes here in this 4th period. Hubbs holding on the far wing, and now he'll flip it up to McDonald. Underhill comes running in, number 5, along with Ginnity, number 11. McDonald now on the far wing, trying to penetrate, trying to get into the crease, but he was cut off. Nice pass to Ginnity, takes the shot. Colonels will retain possession here. Just over 11 minutes left. Coach Morrell, you're like, man, can this clock wind down fast enough? Elmhurst by 1, and a steal and a turnover. Again, good defensive play again by Cullen McManaman. He's had some nice defensive. He's a gritty player. Getting it over here, loose ball, scooping it up, Tommy Smythe. And a whistle, and who's going to, what's the call here? Blue Jay ball. Getting across half midfield, Jacob Lemke. Ryan Swank, number 14, is going to come back into the ball game. Boy, coming out, limping noticeably, Jacob Lemke. Lemke comes down, and his right calf area. Sante Dybowski, it looks like he's cramping up as well. You got two Blue Jays down trying to shake off some leg injuries. Eli Spence now with the ball as he goes behind the cage. Flip it off to Jake Grebe. Jake gets checked. Passes it off and scoring for the Blue Jays. I think that was that Ryan Swank?
Goal, Blue Jays, number 14, Ryan Swank.
It is Ryan Swank with the goal. Give the assist to Jake Grebe. So back-to-back goals here by Ryan Swank. And the Blue Jays lead now by 2. Their biggest lead of the game, 12-10 in favor of Elmhurst. Huge goal that time by Ryan Swank, but what a pass by Jake Grebe. And now winning, Tony Vasquez wins the faceoff. Boy, some critical plays here by the Blue Jays here in this fourth period as we are under the 10-minute mark of this one. Blue Jays in possession and a 2-goal lead. Boy, there's obviously still plenty of time left for the Colonels. They have proven that they can score. Again, the Colonels coming into this game, they average 16.5 goals per game through their first 4 meetings. Jake Grebe getting hounded now. And he finally passes it up. Kraus. Grebe spins. Passes it off, and it's going to be stopped there by Sammy Zickel. Boy, Jake Grebe just has an awareness and a good eye of seeing the field. He passes that ball nicely to the weak side for a potential goal. He's got a great vision. Colonels now with the ball. 8:45 left in this game. And again, the Blue Jays, both of their games that they've played were close ones. This one from the point is good. David Caldwell scores.
Goal center. Number 16.
Unassisted by David Caldwell. And that brings the Colonels to within 1.
Assisted by number 25, Will Hubbs.
Hubbs will get the assist. 8 minutes and 35 seconds to go in regulation. Big goal there by David Caldwell. And for Caldwell, his 4th goal of the game. So some great individual offensive performances. I think the 2 goalkeepers are playing awful well. 2 good teams battling it out here. I was mentioning in the Blue Jays' 2 wins, they have been close games. They beat Birmingham Southern 17-13, and then they came from behind and knocked off Hope in Holland, Michigan. In that game against Hope, the Blue Jays with 3 unanswered goals in the final 2 minutes and 15 seconds of play. So in critical situations, the Blue Jays have come up big so far this season, and they're trying to pull off a win here at home. They lead by 1. 12-11. 7:40 left. Here's Jake Grebe. Nothing there, and he retreats. Now makes the move, takes the shot, and the save by Zickel. And now the Colonels with a chance to tie things up. Duncan McDonald. And he's going to pass it off to Underhill, who checks in, number 5. McGinnity in as well. Mick with the ball now. Underhill. Now it's Hubbs. Hubbs got checked nicely. Pass into the crease and a diving effort by Ginnity. And did he get in? Yeah, score, goal, Mick Ginnity.
Goal center, number 11, Mick Ginnity.
So for Ginnity, he ties it up, and for Ginnity, that is his first goal of the game. Take another look at it here. You'll see him, good movement away from the ball, and he'll get it. So with 6:36 left to play, a shoot and score by Ginnity, and we're tied at 12. And again, it's the Colonels that win the face-off. So now the Colonels can take the lead here. 6:23 left. Tied at 12. Davis Wilms, he gets it over to Sayers. And now it's Wilms on the run. Nothing there, and they'll work it behind the net here to Hubbs. Curling around, falls down, comes right back up, ball is loose on the ground, and it's picked up by the Blue Jays. It was picked up there by Colin McManaman, and he passed it off to Noah Mickelson. So again, a good defensive play by McManaman, and now it's the Blue Jays in possession, and we got a penalty marker down. Ooh, this could be a big penalty. The Blue Jays would certainly like a man-up situation here. But we'll wait and see what the penalty is all about. It's Kraus here now. And he'll jog and work around a screen behind the cage. Kraus gets checked, passes it off to Sante. Dybowski, he passes it off, and the shot by Chris Haycock, and a save. Back into the game for the Colonels is Alex Mozingo, a senior from Hickson, Tennessee. Also back in Vasar Barney for the Colonels. It is indeed. The penalty is going to be against Ryan Black. So he takes a knee, and a great opportunity here now for the Blue Jays in a man-up situation here. See if Jake can get a shot off on the wing. Nope, instead he passes it off. Great opportunity. Ooh, the shot there and a wide. Blue Jays taking their time. 4:55 left. This is a critical possession. A man-up situation here for the Blue Jays. See how they play it. Good patience as they move it around. Greeby takes the shot and scores! Jake Greeby in a man-up situation with 4:45 left to play, and the Blue Jays take the lead.
Correction, number 1, Jake Greeby.
13-12. Blue Jays lead by 1. Eli Spence with the assist. And so now it's the Blue Jays by 1. 4:45 left. And that face-off won by the Colonels. So now Center College in possession, trying to tie this one up. Ball down on the ground. Ooh, they're giving the ball to the Colonels here. Here's Underhill directing traffic. He wants Ginnity on the point. Ginnity now, he'll pass it off to McDonald. McDonald makes the move on Vasquez. Does not shoot it, instead goes behind the cage to Hubbs. Blue Jays by 1, 13-12. Ball down on the ground. Ginnity tried to scoop it up, and instead it's picked up by the Blue Jays. Huge ground ball. David Constanata But the ball is still down, and it's again picked up by the Blue Jays. This time it's picked up by Matt Koschel, and a timeout taken, a really good timeout. Things are getting a little ragged out there, and Coach Morrell wants to talk things over, slow things up a bit, go over the offensive play. Boy, remember the timeout that Coach Morrell took in the first half. Right after that timeout, the Blue Jays came out and scored in about 6 seconds. But right now there's 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to play here in regulation, and the Blue Jays lead it by 1. Remember, at the start of this period, the Blue Jays trailed by 1 to the Colonels. Caden Ames had a goal early on in this fourth period, assisted by Jake Grebe to tie things up. Then Ryan Swank had a couple of goals for the Blue Jays, and Elmhurst led 12-10. David Caldwell answered for the Colonels as Center College got to within 1, 12-11. McGinnity with his first goal of the game at the 6:36 mark of the fourth period ties the game up at 12. And then you just saw Jake Grebe with the assist from Eli Spence, giving the Blue Jays a 13-12 advantage. Blue Jays calling a timeout, and now here we go. Eli Spence on the restart after the timeout. Blue Jays by 1. Spence returns pivot. Here's Kraus. Brendan back to the point. Good spin move by Sante. He shoots and scores! What a beautiful move by Sante Dybowski. Spin move and the quick shot with 3:16 to go. Here in regulation, the Blue Jays now lead by 2. 14-12, Elmhurst with the lead, and that's the biggest goal of the game. Sante Dybowski with his first goal of the game, and it couldn't come at a better time for the Blue Jays. Colonels take control here off the face-off shot, and a save by Mickelson. Wow. Noah coming up huge on that play. And now the Blue Jays with the ball. Let's see now, under 3 minutes, if they decide to run a lot of clock off here, the shot clock. Again, they've got the ball and a 2-goal advantage. See how Coach Morrell plays this thing. Right now it's Sante Dybowski holding at the point as he jogs over to the far wing now. 2:27 to go. Eli Spence holding behind the cage. Spence works his way out here on the near side. Well, now retrieves. Good movement around the perimeter. Good pivot. That time by Ryan Swank. Shot and a goal by Sante again.
Goal Blue Jays, number 77, Sante.
How about Sante Dybowski? And now the Blue Jays lead
14,
by 3. Ryan Swank will get credit for the assist. Back-to-back goals by Sante Dybowski, and now the Blue Jays are up by 3. And they're in good shape right now. Of course, it's never over until it's over, but 2:07 left, and now the Blue Jays up by 3. And off the face-off, the Colonels are going to win this one. Can the Blue Jays hold on and win? Blue Jays trailed by 1 at the end of 1. They trailed by 1 at the end of 2. Trailed by 1 at the end of 3. So another big fourth quarter here. Remember, the Blue Jays came from behind against Hope. 3 unanswered goals in the final 2:15 of that game. And now Sante Dybowski with back-to-back goals here with just over 3 minutes to play in this one, giving the Blue Jays a 3-goal lead here. Let's keep that clock moving. A minute and a half left. Colonels are going to have to shoot some shots, and in a hurry. This one is going to go to the Colonels. 1:24 left. Hubbs working behind, now comes around, did not have a good angle, but tried to get off a shot as best as he could. And this is going to just wind some more clock down. 1:17 left. Blue Jays by 3. Elmhurst looking to go 3-0. This would be the first loss for the Colonels. Blue Jays, they tried to outlet up ahead to McManaman, but they lost control of that one. It's going to go back to the Colonels. Under a minute remaining here. Blue Jays by 3. Shoot, and a score that time by number 44, Max Spears. It comes with 49 seconds left.
Max Spears.
So big goal that time for Max Spears, brings the Colonels to within 2. And this thing ain't over yet, folks. For Spears, his second goal of the game, he also has an assist. Blue Jays looking to win this face-off, run some clock. Unfortunately, the Colonels get the win on this face-off. With the ball trailing by 2, Ryan Black. Skip pass over on the far side. Hubbs looking to create some space, get a shot off. He does shoot, and he's wide just a little to the left. Boy, that'll run some. Well, the clock stops now with 29 seconds to play. Underhill sprinting back in for the Colonels. Shot and a save. A save. Mickelson covers it up, and that should do it here as the Blue Jays can spread the field and run the clock. Tried to get it ahead to Krause. Krause couldn't handle it. Furlong with possession of it here. Well, good ball. It's Hubbs, and he scores. With 3 seconds to play, 3.6. Hubbs with the goal to make it a 1-goal lead. 15-14, but again, there's only 3 6/10 seconds left. Vasquez and Croft on the face-off here. Start that clock. And that's going to do it. That's going to do it. Time has run out. And the Blue Jays have held on to win.
Your final score,
15-14 is your final score here from Langhorst Field. What an effort turned in by Coach Morrell and his Blue Jays. 6 goals by the freshman for Elmhurst. Caden Ames leads a very balanced attack as the Blue Jays win it and stay undefeated. Elmhurst now 3-0 on the year. Meanwhile, the Center Colonels suffering their first loss of the season. They now are 4-1 on the year. So the next game for the Blue Jays will be Wednesday night, 7 o'clock face-off when they take on the Milwaukee School of Engineering. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Again, the Blue Jays hold on to win 15-14. You've been logged on to BlueJayTV.com. So long, everybody.